Okay, faster. Oh. No. What? So you want to shoot the audio straight from the laptop? No, we shouldn't hear anything.
They killed. Give me Isaiah 14:21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said they put millions of my people. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky. Nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord. Fuck the car.
Hey, Shalom. How about Shemi? How shot Baraka? Thumb to all the brothers. How Shamar? All the thumb by Shemi? How shot to the sisters. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? Out here in Durham, North Carolina, for the Sabbath service. Priest and officer of 1,000 Tabawan, holding it down with my brother, officer 500 Mahayar. You understand? We're gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? So, Baba Kushah, you already know how I go. Okay.
Amadium, me to stand. Papadial Kodam, means rise and face east. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abadaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Lathananawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawati Nawa, Wala'a, Tabi Ay Nawa, Manasaya 1, Abo, Abishai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparat, Babylonium, Aman.
In the English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be
Thy
done
will be done
in earth
as
as it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver
from
us
evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the
and the
kingdom,
power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shah. Baba Kashah. Latundanawa. Hakak. Hakak. La Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. La Tahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. La Hakwiyam. Hamathium. Hakak. Arakawa. Hatama Allah. Lagar Shun. By Hashem Yahweh Shah. Tawada Aman.
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah,
the name of Yahweh Shah.
please give us the power,
Please give us the
the
power.
power to heal
The power to heal.
all manner of sickness,
All manner of
and
sickness.
all manner of disease,
And all manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the
the
leper.
power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the
the
dead.
power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean spirits.
to cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah,
the name of Yahweh Shah.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Yah. Ala Wapiana. Ha Ala Wapium. Ha Saranyum. Ha Quatazayanyum. Ha Koyayoyum. Wa Ha Wathium. Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shah. The Wad Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shah,
And Yahweh Shah.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna,
Manager Yohana.
the generals,
General.
the captains,
Captains,
the officers, the troopers,
Troopers,
and the
and the
sisters.
sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
Name Yahweh Shah.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K. I.Y.A.N.N.A. Al-Haharium. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Isaiah. Ma'aim. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'arataza. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Wagalka. Ayanawam. Shemoraka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Sharamah. Yasha'Allah. Yahweh. Shemoraka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamoraka. Makarai. Yashamar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'aka. Wabawa'aka. Mayata. Wa'aida below.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills,
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From which cometh my
My
help.
help coming from the Lord,
My help coming from the Lord.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor
The
sleep.
Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve
from
thee
all evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forever.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al Damayalaka. Al Takarash. Al Tashakwat. Al Kayahanna. Al Yabyaka. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Imaka. Yara Yamwa. Sawada. Wayatha. Yaitazawa. Al Tazapa Wanyaka. Amarawa. Salaki. Lakawa. Lakawa. Wana Salaki. Wana Kakidam. Magoya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham Yasha Allah. I-Wada. Kaya. Nawa Aitazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Alyaka. Barya. Yakarathwa. Aholia. Arawam. Wayashemai. Alayam. Mawa Abba. Wahagorium. Gabal. Wayamawan. Wayamalak. Palashak. I'm the Shabia. Tazawo. Gam Ashua. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sarah. Kayabyan. Banakal. Kwayashwa. Nashamadwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, Ladama, Shayatamu, Nada, Yabmawa, Karab, Kazaba, Kazabak, Katazol, Manai, Cal, Nesai Kamwa, Ashar, Amarawa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Naawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanyaraka, Kaash, Tabayaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Taradatma, Basa Irika, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shimka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Ayai, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Dayawa, Kayatha, Shimka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kaharatazah.
In the English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee
that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy
and
people,
consulted
and
against
consulted against
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them
for
off,
being a nation,
being a
that
nation,
the name of Israel
the name of Israel,
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more
For they have consulted together
for they have consulted together
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate
the
against
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gebal,
and Ammon, and
Ammon,
Amalek,
and
the
Amalek,
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also is joined with them.
is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto them,
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the
as to
Midianites,
Sisera,
as to
as to
Sisera,
Jabin,
as to
at the
Jabin,
brook of Kison,
at the brook of
which
Kison,
perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their
like
nobles
Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zaeb.
and like Zaeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their
as
princes,
Zabah
as Abba,
and as Almunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to
let us
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stone before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burned the wood,
and as the flame
and as the flame
set the mountains on fire.
set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them
So persecute
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy name.
they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be
let
confounded
them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them put to shame
and perish,
perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
of all the earth.
of all the earth. Sir, it's for your turn. All right, Shop, please be seated.
Con, most high in Christ. We about to pick up where we left off last week. You know what I'm saying? Which book? Con, we're in the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 24. Con, Genesis chapter 29 and verse 24. That's where we're going. If you want to follow along in the Hebrew, go to blueletterbible.org. Okay. And click where it says tools. And it should come up. Right. There's some other options there. Of course, you can put it into the forward interlinear. I like to read it that way. You know what I'm saying? But you got different options. What's it? It's like it. Genesis 29 and what? 29 and 24 Khan. So we're gonna get started with Genesis chapter 29 and verse 24. I'm gonna go ahead and start it out in the Hebrew. Okay. It's like YouTube, make sure the audio is still live. This is the book of Genesis chapter 29 and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Wayathun, Laban, Laha, Ath, Zalapah, Shapakathwa, La'ah, Bathwa, Shapaka. Verse 25. Verse 25. Wahaya. Looks like a Wayahaya. Baba Kwa. Wahanna. Hawa'a. La'ah. Wa Ya'amar. Al. Laban. Ma Za'ath. Aishayath. Laya. Hala'ah. Ba Rachol. Ibadathia. I.S.U.P.K. Walama. Ramayathniya. Verse 26. Waya Amar Laban La'ah Ya'isha Khan Bamakwam. It's like Bamakwam Nawa Lathath Ha Taza I. It's like Taza Ayara Lapunya Ha Bakayara. Verse 27. Mala'ah, Shabai, Za'ath, Wanathana, Laka, Gum, Ath, Za'ath, Ba Ibadah, Ashur, Tha'ibad, Imadya, Iwad, Iwadah, Shabai, Shanyum, Akarwath. Verse 28. Verse 28. Waya Aish, Yaiquab, Khan, Waya Mala'ah, Shabai, Za'ath, Wayathun, Lawa, Ath, Rachol, Bathawa, Lawa, La'asha. Verse 29. Wayathun, Laban, Larachol, Bathawa, Ath, Balaha, Shapakathwa, Laha, Lashapaka. Verse 30. Wayaba'a, Gum, Al, Rachol, Waya Ahab, Gum, Ath, Rachol, Mala'ah, Wayabad, it's like Waya Ibad, Imawa, Iwad, Iwada, Shabai, Shanyum, Akarwath. That's the end of verse 30 in the Hebrew.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29, and verse 24. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. Verse 25. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Verse 27. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 another years.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28. And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also.
Salakia, you mean it gave him Rachel his daughter to wife instead?
And he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also.
No, you mean he gave him Rachel his wife to make up for the mistake he made, and now he only has Rachel as his wife.
And he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also.
Meaning the brother now has what?
2 wives.
He got 2 wives. Why? Did he have 2 wives? Because did he agree to get the first one, Mahayar? He literally didn't sign up for this.
Right.
So you're gonna tell me that marriage is all about a license and paper, but this brother literally did not sign up for this at all. He's literally saying, I don't want her. But the father's like, it's too late.
Right.
So how is it too late? Because you did what already?
They didn't have sex.
You didn't have sex. Sex is a contract.
That's right.
You understand? You want to talk about a piece of paper, man? That piece of paper is a piece of garbage. It's toilet tissue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For you smokers out there, it's blunt wrap. You understand? It's something to smoke with. Not advising you to smoke. It's a sin. I'm simply saying it's useless. That piece of paper is nothing. I always bring up this example. I know people, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother was married to a dude, right? She was married. I never met him. You know why I never met him in my whole life? Because she hadn't seen him since like 1991. Been on paper married for 30 years. And she had not been in a room with him since like 1991. You understand? Meanwhile, you understand, I know people who can't stand each other, hate each other's guts, but they got a baby together. And guess what? Still got to deal with each other.
Right.
They still got to cross paths. They still got to go to some kind of PTA meeting. And they got to do something. You know what I mean? Because that's sex, man. That sex is a contract. You cannot void that out. You know what I'm saying? For all you brothers out there who want to be whoremongers and you sisters that want to be whores, man, you go ahead and have sex with the wrong person. You will be stuck. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, read on, brother.
Verse 29. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her maid. Verse 30. And he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet seven other years.
Pick it back up in the Hebrew. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Shalakia. Shalakia. Oh, Shalakia. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Wayara'ah, Yahweh, Kaya, Shanawa'ah, La'ah, Wayapathak, Ath, Rakamha, Warakol, Ikorah. Verse 29. Verse 32. Wathahar, La'ah, Wathalad, Ban, Wathakwara'ah, Shamwa, Ra'alban, Kaya, Amara, Kaya, Ra'ah, Yahweh, Ba Salakia, Ba Anaya, Kaya, Aitha, Ya'ahabnaya, Wa Ayashya. Verse 33. Wa Thahar, Iwad, Wathalad, Ban, Watha Amor, Kaya, Shemai, Yahweh, Kaya, Shanawa'ah, Anakia, Wayathun, Laya, Gum, Ath, Za, Wathakwara'ah, Shamwa, Shamaiwan. Verse 34. Wathahar, Iwada, Wathalad, Ban, Watha Amor, Slakia, Watha Amor, Aitha, Hapa'im, Yalawa, Ayashya, Alaya, Salakia, Kaya, Yaladathya, Lawa, Shalasha, Bunyam, Al, Khan, Kwara'ah, Shamwa, Loya. Verse 35. Wathahar, Iwada, Wathalad, Ban, Watha Amor, Hapa'im, Awada, Ath Yahweh, Al, Khan, Kora'ah Shamwa, Yahweh, Watha Imad, Maladath. We'll go to the next chapter. We'll go to the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Salakia. Wathara'a, Rachel, Kaya, La'a, Yalada, La Yaquab, Wathakwanaa, Rachel, Ba'akatha, Wa Tha'amor, Al, Yaquab, Baha, Takia, Haba, Laya, Banyam, Wa'am, Ayun, Matha, Anakia. Verse 2. Wayakar, Apa, Yaquab, Barakol, Wayamor, Ha Thakath, Alahayim, Anakia, Ashar, Manai, Mamaka, Parya, Batan. That's the end of verse 2 in chapter 30. We're going to jump back to chapter 29, Genesis chapter 29 and verse 31.
So this book of Genesis, chapter 29, verse 31. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. Verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben. For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now, therefore, my husband will love me. Verse 33. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I could, it shows you that, like, the power of the Lord, man. Like, the Lord is a just God.
That's right.
You understand? And it showed just how little in comparison that contract that we have in you know what I'm saying, European society is, right, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, sex being the contract with the Lord, man. That's sex being an oath, a blood oath, man. Like, the Lord don't give a damn just because you don't like a woman and you don't want to be with her. You understand? You lay with that woman, so now it's yours, and it's your responsibility to take care of her, man. That's why I always say, like, you know, serving the Lord, man, you acquire the best characteristics, you know what I'm saying, you can ever have on this earth, man. Serving the Lord, you have no choice but to be the best of yourself. You can't be a hateful, disgusting, wicked bastard and think you're gonna serve the Lord, man. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? And at this point in time, well, he was hating his wife, man, because he didn't want her. Right. So he probably was neglecting her, wasn't trying to deal with her. Exactly. And she's sitting there suffering in silence and suffering and praying to the Lord. So the Lord, like, you know what I'm saying, I got you, sis. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now she over there having all the kids, while Rachel, the one he loved, and gave him no kids yet. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's great. You know what I mean? Just think, no, that's heavy. Mm-hmm. Verse 32. Also, like in verse 33. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. Mm-hmm. And she called his name Simeon. Verse 34. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. That's right. Therefore was his name called Levi.
Damn right. Salaki, if I could, bro, what you just said so heavy and pertaining to that, man. You know what I'm saying? That marriage contract. And look at the sister, man. Look at this, the strength of that sister too, because she being hated and she ain't using that as an excuse to hate him back. Exactly. She's like, now he gonna love me. Right. She's trying to get the Lord to help her get love. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A woman nowadays would do what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she gone. She gone. She packing the suitcase like, nah, I ain't doing this. Right. You know what I mean? But we had a certain standard of living back then that was very, very, very different from the trash we get from, you know what I'm saying, America's society, from these heathens world, and you know what I'm saying, their ways of living, their characteristics. No, it's not in the spirit of a woman. This is called femininity right here. That's right. You know what I'm saying? She's not using this to turn into a whole demon, a whole monster. Right. And you know what I'm saying, and be mad all the time. And no, she's saying, you know what? Let me give my man a son. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be with me. All these names we're going to see, all the 12 tribes is about a bunch of women trying to flex on each other for the love of their husband. Right. They one husband. They're not saying, well, no, y'all can have them. That's what they say now, right? Y'all can. I said, no, you can have them. That's not what they saying. They're like, no, he gonna be with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him another son. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show him that I'm worthy. You know what I'm saying? To be with him all the time. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 35. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah. That's right. And left bearing.
You know what I'm saying? All them sisters was not friends. I'm gonna tell you right now. Them 4 women that Jacob had all of his children with, all his sons with, they were not friends at all. But you know what? But they were still righteous. Why? Because they were dedicated to him. You know what I'm saying? They were all about what? They were all about making sure that, you know what I'm saying, whatever Jacob needed, whatever he wanted it's how it went. He was the head of his household. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 1. And when Rachel saw that she bare children, that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children, or else I die. You understand? Ain't that just a woman exaggerate? Dramatic is I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? This is biblical. This is show you what you dealing with your woman is normal.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't show her attention for 5 minutes, and she like, you ain't been loving me all year.
That's right. That's
you
right.
Just dying.
God.
You know what I mean? Like, this is part of them being, you know what I mean, the weaker vessel, man. It's normal.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Verse 2. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I in God's stead?
Mm-hmm.
Who hath withheld from thee the fruit of the womb?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He like, what you mad at me for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one, you know what I'm saying, closing your womb off.
That's right.
I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? We doing what we supposed to do to have the babies.
That's right.
They ain't here. Why? Because the Lord don't want them to be here.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna find out, you know what I'm saying, just the power of the Lord in shortly. You know what I'm saying? So let's pick it up in verse 3 in the Hebrew. The book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 3 in the Hebrew. Watha Amar Hana, Amathia, Balaha, Ba'a, Alayaha, Wathalad, Al, Barakia, Wa Abana, Gam, Anakia, Mamana. Verse 4. Shalakia. Wathathun, Lawa, Ath, Balaha, Shapakatha, Shapakatha, La Asha, Wayaba'a, Alayaha, Yaiquab. Verse 5. Wathahar, Balaha, Wathalad, La Yaiquab, Ban. Verse 6. Watha Amar, Rachel, Danaya, Alahayim, Wagum, Shammai, Bakolia, Wayathun, Laya, Bun, Al, Khan, Kora'ah, Shamwa, Dun. Verse 7. Wathahar, Iwada, Wathalad, Balaha, Shapakath, Rachel, Bun, Shanai, La Yaiquab. It's like Shanya, La Yaiquab. I started that up. 3, right? Okay, 9 is the last one. Verse 8. Count the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Watha Amar Rachel, Na Pathakia, Napatholia, Napathawalia, Alahayim, Napatholia, Napathalathia, I'm, Akathia, Gam, Yakalathia, Wathaquara, Shamwa, Napatholia. Verse 9. Wathara'a, La'a, Kaya, Imada, Ma Ladath, Wathaquak, Ath, Salapa, Shapakatha, Wathathun, Atha, La Yaiquab, La Asha. That's the end of verse 9.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 3. And she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. Verse 4. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. Verse 5. And Bilhah conceived. No, you're good. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I was told that marriage is about love and kisses and rainbows. It was about a pen and a paper. The vows. It was about the vows. You had to get down on one knee and say, my sweet sugar blossom honey dip. You are the, you know what I'm saying, the stars of my night. You are all of this. You are the sun to my moon and all of this. That's what I was told. The apple of my eye. You are everything.
Right.
That's what I was told marriage was. But it just said that his wife gave him her handmaid to what?
To wife.
No, to be a surrogate.
To wife.
No, he could just hit it and quit it.
To wife.
So in other words, since he's going in unto Bilhah, her handmaid, what does that mean? She's now his what?
Third wife, man.
That's his third wife.
It's like if I could.
Please.
her intent ain't even for Bilhah to be happy.
Right.
And so she can bear children so Rachel can raise them up.
Right.
As her own.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, in her mind, she's like, man, that's what time comes.
That's right.
Listen, come on, go ahead. Take her so she got some goddamn baby.
Think about the lengths to which this woman is going to get the love from her man.
We don't know nothing about that vibe.
She want her man to be so happy and in love with her. She got him another woman. She got him another woman who is now his third wife, even though she's going to raise the child, but she's willing to go to those lengths, man, because she don't want to be left out. Sex is marriage, man.
That's right.
Sex is marriage. You cannot have sex with a woman and talk about, oh, well, my hands are washed. I washed my hands.
Right.
You can't do that, man. That's a sin according to God.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 5. And Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. Verse 6. And Rachel said, God hath judged me and hath also heard my voice and hath given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. Verse 7. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son. Verse 8.
In other words, what was he doing with Bilhah?
They was knocking boots, man.
They was knocking boots continuously.
Right.
he didn't hit it one time,
right,
because because Rachel told him to, and he's like, okay, well, we had a baby for Rachel, so now me and you we done. You know what I mean? I got nothing. No, he was still going in there and knocking boots with Bilhah, because that's his woman now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 8. And Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister, and have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. It's funny she said, like, she wrestled with her sister. Like,
right.
This is a one-sided battle.
That's right.
Like, Leah ain't worried about what the hell Rachel got going on. Rachel over there, you know what I'm saying, fighting her own damn mind, like, man, I'm gonna have me some children, man.
That's right. But they both fighting in their own mind, right?
Right.
Because Rachel's fighting her own mind about not having children
and not being loved.
And not being loved because of that. Assuming she's not loved.
Right.
Assuming she's something in her head is telling her that. Whereas
Leah knows she ain't
loved. Right. Leah knows she's not loved and is trying to do what? Or believes she's not loved and is trying to do what? She's trying to get the love from having these babies. So they both wrestling with themselves in their minds or whatever. But this is a very important to understand what too. What does this story, what are we supposed to gain from this story? Real quick. What are we supposed to gain from this story that changed how, or better yet, not changed, but is now a law about how we conduct ourselves when it comes to wives? Who knows?
Oh,
go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you know, you can't if you get with, you know, one sister, you can't get with the other sister as well.
That's right. Damn right. You cannot marry two sisters. Right. You cannot marry a woman, a sister, and her biological blood sister, whether they got the same daddy or the same mama or both the same daddy and the same mama. You cannot marry her. You cannot lay with your woman's sister. Okay, that is, you know what I'm saying? That's something that was done in the past, right? Because you look at it as like, well, you know, it's not gonna, you're not related to them in any way. It's not gonna affect anything. But guess what? It does affect something. It vexes the sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? And it puts a spirit on them that is, jealousy is already a thing women have. You know what I'm saying? Women are already jealous of one another. They already have envy between each other, right? But then when you take a woman and her sister and lay with them, that is going to bring about a whole bunch of demons that, you know what I'm saying, that nobody wants to deal with. And the Lord said he made it a law that you cannot do that now. It is unlawful to sleep with a woman and her sister, specifically while both women are alive. Now, if you with a woman and she dies, right, and her sister is available or what have you, that is not unlawful because the woman died. You understand? But while two women are alive, you cannot have sex with two sisters. You understand? That's a sin. Read on, brother.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 9. When Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife.
We're going to jump down to verse 10 in the Hebrew. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 10 in the Hebrew. Wathalad, Zalapah, Shapakath, La'ah, La Yaquab, Bun. Verse 11. Watha Amar, La'ah, Bagad, Wa Thaquara'ah, Ath, Shamwa, God. Verse 12. Wathalad, Zalapah, Shapakath, La'ah, Bun, Shanya, La Yaquab. Salakia. Verse 13. Watha Amar La'ah, Ba Asharya, Kaya, Asharwa, Asharwanaya, Banawath, Wa Thaquara'ah, Ath, Shamwa, Ashar. Verse 14. Salakia. Wayalak, Ra'alban, Bayamya, Quatazayar, Katayam, Wa Yamataza'ah, Dawada'ayim, Bashada, Wayaba'ah, Athum, Al La'ah, Amawa, Watha Amar, Wakal, Al La'ah, Thunya, Na'ah, Laya, Dawada'aya, Bunka. Oh, this Salak, we started at what? 10, right? 2 more. Verse 15. Shalakia. Verse 15. Watha Amar, Laha, Hama'aita, Kwakathka, Ath, Ayashia, Wala Kwakath, Gum, Ath, Dawada'aya, Banya, Watha Amar, Rakal, Lakan, Yashakab, Imaka, Halayala, Thakath, Dawada'aya, Bunka. Verse 16. Wayaba'ah, Yaquab, Man, Hashada, Ba'irab, Wathataza'ah, La'ah, La Kora'ath, La Kora'athya, La Kora'athwa, Watha Amar, Alya, Thaba'awa, Kaya, Shakar, Shakarathya, Shakarathyaka, Badawada'aya, Banya, Wayashakab, Imha, Balayala, Hawa'ah. That's the end of verse 16 in the Hebrew.
So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 10. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son. Verse 11. And Leah said, a troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. Verse 12. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. Verse 13. And Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher. Verse 14. And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. Verse 15. And she said unto her, is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband? And wouldest thou take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes.
She is not getting over it at all. She's not over this.
Verse
They
6.
already had all these babies.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Now Jacob's on his 4th wife. Leah then gave him another rib, another wife to bear more children. You understand? And Rachel is still holding this grudge. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, Thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night.
Damn right. He said, I got you a gift. My son got you some mandrakes, so you got to come with me. And he said, well, damn, I guess you're right. No sweat. You know what I'm saying? And he went and laid with Leah that night.
Mind you, doing all of this, ain't nobody beating no Jacob.
Right.
They ain't constantly cussing Jacob out. They ain't burning his stuff, burning his tents, killing his cattle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is a different type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? A different type of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord saw that was brought into the earth, and he was like, yeah, we can't have this.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't have this, man.
Yeah, this is a whole mess. You understand? But still, even in this mess, you see these sisters act way different than sisters act now.
It ain't, you know what I mean? I don't want to say it ain't, okay, it ain't it ain't today's level of, wickedness, man. Right. You know what I mean? It's not today's level of bitterness. The extreme measures that women go to today to, exude how jealous and how frustrated they are with their current situation.
That's right.
It's just crazy, man. The things they do it's mind-boggling.
That's right.
We were just talking about the other day how the brother, I think his wife found out she cheated on him, and she just murdered him.
Good.
Shot him in the back, and then walked down on him and shot him some more. Damn. And was cussing him out at the same time.
Damn, that's a demon like you've never seen before in life. You know what I'm saying? And you better fight that demon. Them sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. done fought that demon.
Yes, sir.
Them sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. are, you know what I'm saying? They are 100% one West. They are true. You know what I'm saying? Just like the scriptures say, man. Who I'm paraphrasing, but it says, who can find a you know what I'm saying? A good woman is like rubies, right? Her value's far above rubies. That's not something easy to find. It's hard to find a woman that will not take a golf club to your card window. You know what I'm saying? Word. I'm thinking about Tiger Woods and that damn devil. Take the golf club to your head because of another woman. You know what I'm saying? It is borderline impossible to find that thing, even though these sisters know that according to the Bible, it's not a sin for a man to have more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? It's a topic that I'm tired of talking about, but we have to talk about it because no one wants to give it up. They won't just let it be. You understand? But no sweat. All right. So we in verse 17 now, right? Let's jump to Genesis chapter 30 and verse 17 in Hebrew. It's like, I hope the audio's on the live is too up still. It should be. The book of Genesis chapter 30 and verse 17 in the Hebrew. Slakia. Wayeshamai. Alahayim. Al la'ah. Wathahar. Wathalad. La Yaquab. Bun. Hamayashia. Verse 18. Watha Amar la'ah. Nathan. Alahayim. Shakaria. Ashar. Nathathia, Shapakathia, La Ayashia, Wathakara'ah, Shamwa, Yashakar. Verse 19. And of course, what Slakia, I'll go to when we get to the English Slakia. Verse 19. Wathahar, Iwada, La'ah, Wathalad, Ban, Shashaya, Shashia, La Yaquab. Verse 20. Latha Amar La'ah, Zabadnaya, Alahayim, Athaya, Zabad, Tawab, Hapa'aim, Sakya, Zabolnaya, Ayashya, Kaya, Yaladathia, Lawa, Shasha, Banyam, Wathakwara'a, Ath, Shamwa, Zabalawan. Verse 21. Salakia. Wa Akar, Yalada, Bath, Wathakwara'a, Ath, Shamha, Diana. Verse 22. Waya Zakar, Alahayim, Ath, Rakal, Waya Shemai, Alayaha, Alahayim, Waya Pathak, Ath, Rahamha. Verse 23. Wathahar, Wathalad, Bun, Watha Amar, Asap, Alahayim, Ath, Karapathia. Let me see where I started at 17, right? So 23 is the last one. Let me finish it. Wathahar, verse 23. Wathahar, Wathalad, Bun, Watha Amar, Asap, Alahayim, Ath, Sakia, Karapathia. Karapathia. That's the end of verse 23 in the Hebrew.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 17. And God hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived, and bare Jacob the fifth son. Verse 18. And Leah said, God hath given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband. And she called his name Issachar. Verse 19. And Leah conceived again, and bare Jacob the sixth son. Verse 20. And Leah said, God hath endured me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun. Verse 21. And afterwards she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah. Verse 22. And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her.
Go ahead.
And opened her womb.
After all this time, what we say earlier in the class about the power of the Most High, the Spirit of the Most High, right? She all that time she was so weary and so worrisome about what she hadn't gotten, about what she wanted from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And guess what? Sometimes it don't happen when you want it to happen. Right. The Lord don't always do things when you want it to happen, right? But if the Lord sees fit, it's going to happen. You understand? Rachel, you know what I'm saying, pleaded with the Most High through her husband. And after seven sons in, and a daughter in, and now Rachel herself, not her handmaid, not Zilpah, but Rachel herself, it says, Salakia, and God hearkened to her. He listened to her and opened her womb. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And she called his name Joseph.
Verse 23.
Oh, Salakia, verse 23. And she conceived and bare a son and said, God hath taken away my reproach.
Damn.
Verse 24. And she called his name Joseph and said, the Lord shall add to me another son.
Damn right. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And it came to pass when Rachel had born Joseph.
No, I think it's my bad. I think 23 was the last one.
Oh, yeah, Salaki.
Yeah, I'm tripping. So I'm gonna jump to 24 in the Hebrew. I think we only got 2 more. So this one and then one more set, and then we good. Right. So book of Genesis chapter 30 and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Shalakia. Wathakara ath shamwa yawasap. La amar yasap Yahweh la ya bun akar. Verse 25. Salakia. Wayahaya ka ashar yalada rakal ath yawasap. Waya amar yaquab al labun. Shalaknaya wala wa alaka al makwawamya wala aratazaya. Verse 26. Salakia. Salakia. Thana. Ath. Nashya. Wa'ath. Yaladya. Ashar. Ibadathya. Athaka. Bahan. Wa alaka. Kaya. Atha. Yada'ith. Ath. Ibadathya. Ashar. Yabadathyaka. Say like Ibadathyaka. Verse 27. Waya Amar ala Yawa Laban Na'a Mataza Athya Khan Ba Ayan Sakia Ba Ayanyaka. There we go. Ba Ayanyaka Na Nakashafya Wa Yabaraknaya Yahweh Ba Galolka. Verse 28. Waya Amar Nakwabha Shakarka Alya Wa Athana. Verse 29. Waya Amar Alayawa Atha Yada'ith Ath Ashar Ibadathyaka Wa Ath Ashar Haya Makwanka Athia. Started that what? 30. 24. 30 is the last one. The book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 30. Kaya Ma'ita, Ashar, Haya, Laka, Lapunya, Waya Parataza, Larab, Waya Barak, Yahweh, Athka, La Ragolia, Wa'itha, Mathaya, Aisha, Gum, Anakia, Labayathia. That's the end of verse 30 in the Hebrew.
All right, so this is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 24. And she called his name Joseph and said, the Lord shall add to me another son. Verse 25. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, send me away, that I may go unto mine own place and to my country. Verse 26. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my service which I have done thee. Verse 27. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thine eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that the Lord hath blessed me for thy sake. Verse 28. And he said, appoint me thy wages, and I will give it. Verse 29. And he said unto him, thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me. Verse 30. For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude. And the Lord hath blessed thee since my coming. And now, when shall I provide for mine own house also?
Basically saying, I worked for you all this time. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's time for me to go do my own thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got a family. I got I got these ribs. I got these kids. You know what I'm saying? I want to go off on my own now. I done served you and made you, made you rich. Let me get mine. You know what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit, LeBun trying to hold on to him. Like, this cat right here.
Like, man, that's clearly the Lord.
Right.
He's saying, watching all this stuff going on, all these kids being conceived.
Right.
He like, good night. The Lord got to be with this cat.
That's right. He's like, I don't want to let him go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is prosperous around here when he's here. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob's like, nah, bro. It's my time to shine. All right.
Right.
Come on. So now we're going to jump. This is the last set of 7, the book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Shalakia. The book of Genesis, chapter 30, and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Ma, Athun, Laka. Waya Amar, Yaiquab, La'a, Thathun, Laya. Ma, awa, ma. Ta'isha, Laya. Hadabar, Hazah, Ashawaba. Ara'ai, Taza Unka, Ashamar. Verse 32. Shlakia. I bar, Bakal, Taza Unka, Hayawam, Hasar, Mashum, Kal, Shah, Naquad, Wa Talawa'a, Wakal, Shah, Kawam, Ba Kashabium, Wa Talawa'a, Wa Naquad, Ba Isayum, Wahaya, Shakaria. Verse 33. Shalakia. Wana Ainatha, Baya, Tazaya Quathia, Bayawam, Makar, Kaya, Thabawa'a, Al, Shakaria, Lapunyaka, Kal, Ashar, Ayunnawa, Naquad, Watalawa'a, Ba Isayum, Wakawam, Ba Kashabium, Ganawab, Hawa'a, Athaya. Verse 34. Shalakia. Waya Amar, Laban, Han, Lawa, Yahaya, Kadabarka. Verse 35. Shalakia. Wayasar, Bayawam, Hahawa'a, Ath, Ha Thayashim, Ha Iquadium, Waha Talayum, Wa'ath, Kal, Ha Isayum, Ha Naquadwatha, Sakia, Naquadawath, Waha Tala'ath, Kal, Ashar, Laban, Bawa, Wakal, Kawam, Bakashabium, Wayathun, Bayad, Banyawa. Verse 36. Wayashum, Darak, Shalashath, Yamayum, Banyawa. Slakia, my bad. Bayanwa, Wa Bayan, Yaiquab, Wa Yaiquab, Ra'ai, Ath, Taza'un, Labun, Ha, Nawatharun. Slakia, Wanatharath. Verse 37. Wayaquak, Lawa, Yaiquab, Maqual, Labana, Lak, Wa Lawaz, Wa Irayumwan, Wa Irumwan, Waya Patazol, Bahun, Pataza Lawath, Laba Nawath, Ma Kashap, Halabun, Ashar, Al, Hama Qualath. That's the end of verse 37.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 31. And he said, what shall I give thee? And Jacob said, thou shalt not give me anything. If thou wilt do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep thy flock. Verse 32. I will pass through all thy flock today, removing from thence all the speckled and spotted cattle, and all the brown cattle among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and of such shall be my hire. Verse 33. So shall my righteousness answer for me in time to come, when it shall come to my hire before thy face. Every one that is not speckled and spotted among the goats, and brown among the sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. Verse 34. And Laban said, behold, I would it might be according to thy word. Verse 35. And he removed that day the he goats that were ring straked and spotted, and all the she goats that were speckled and spotted, and every one that had some white in it, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hand of his sons. Verse 36. And he set 3 days journey betwixt himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flock. Verse 37. And Jacob took him rods of green poplar and of the hazel and chestnut tree, and peeled white strakes in them, and made the white appear which were in the rods.
So this is talking about, you know what I'm saying, the agreement that they made between each other. You know what I'm saying? They coming to terms on how we gonna part ways, how we gonna split up this work, you know what I'm saying, that I've been doing for you, what I gotta finish, and so on and so forth. We're gonna continue it on next week. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 38. All right. Genesis chapter 30 and verse 38 is where we're starting next week. And with that, we're gonna start to clip up the Sabbath service. So it's on you, bro.
Men of Israel, gird thyself to prepare to the Torah. All right, so Medium, which means to stand. Wapanya Godum, which means rise and face east. Start out with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shimka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Lathandanawa, Lakam, Cal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala, Tabiainawa, Manasai 1, Abo, Habishainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wadapara, Lavalunium, Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth
in earth,
as it is in heaven. Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our
as
debts
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom
Thine is
and the
kingdom,
power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shah, Baba Kasha, Lathandanawa, Hakat, Hakat, Lar Pa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakat, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, Lahakwiyam, Hamathim, Hakat, Arakawa, Hatama Allah, Nagari Shun, by Shem Yahweh Shah, Dwada Aman.
In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it.
Pray for the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah? Why Mayaka Allah? Why Alahayim? Mutazab Yah. Alawap Yahanna. Ha Alawapium. Ha Saranyum. Ha Kotazayanyum. Ha Koyayoyum. Wahag Wathium. Yahweh. By Shem Yahweh Shah. The Wada Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K, Al-Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Sharamar, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazorka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Yashamar, Athna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawa'aka, Mayatha, Wa'ayda.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth the Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Thakarash, Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahanna, Al Yabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Yarawayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakaki, Magolia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shamyasha, Iwada, Kaya.
Kaya.
Now what I
Now I Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Awyaka.
Ayaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Arawam.
Alawam.
Wayashemai.
Yashemai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa Abba.
Mawa Abba.
Wahagarium.
Hagarium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Waymawan.
Waymawan.
Waymalak.
Amalak.
Palasha.
Palashat.
I'm Yashabi.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam
Gam
Ashur.
Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamad.
Kamadian.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Panakol.
Panakol.
Kwayashwa.
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Daira.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Ladama.
Adama.
Shaytamwa.
Shaitamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yabmawa.
Yamawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wakazaba.
Kazabak.
Wakazabak.
Kazabak.
Wakatazol.
Katazol.
Manai.
Manai.
Cal.
Cal.
Nasai Kamwa.
Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nairasha.
Lanawa.
Nanawa.
Ath.
Ath.
Naawa.
Nawa.
Alahayam.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagogla.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Rabaka.
Lapanya Rabaka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Tabayaira.
Yaira.
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 Kalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Dalahat.
Dalahat.
Harayam.
Harayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Daradap.
Doradatma.
Basairaka.
Basairaka.
Babasa.
Babasa.
Wapatka.
Wapathka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Falawan.
Falawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shimka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Bahalwa.
Bahalwa.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa.
Abadwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Dayawa.
Dayawa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shimka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Alyawan.
Alyawan.
Al-Kaharatazah.
Al-Kaharatazah. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy people
and consulted
and
against
consulted against
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them
from
off
being a nation,
from being a
that
nation.
the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate
the
against
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
and Moab
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also
also
is joined with them.
is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
do unto them
Do unto
as
them
unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the
as to
Midianites,
Sisera,
as to
as
Sisera,
to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kison,
the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished in
They
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became a dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes
all their princes,
as Zabah
as a
and as Almunah,
and as a
who said,
who said,
Let us take to
let us
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the house of
in
Yahweh
possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burned the wood,
and as the flame
and as the flame
set the mountains on fire.
set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute
So
them
persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame.
they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
to be
and
confounded,
troubled forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let me put the shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
of the most high
of all the earth.
of all the earth. So, for the turn. All right. Sister Yeshua, you see it? Men of Israel will give one curse salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amayim Shabbat, Amayim, Barak, Yahweh, Shimi, Yahweh, Barak, Yahweh, Sorry, to the first sisters, sisters and mighty, when you stand. Men of Israel get one curse salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amayim Shabbat, Amayim, Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Lataba, Shimi, Yahweh, Yahweh, class is missed.